Because of concerns over a sharp decline in pollinator populations, the EPA asked each state to customize a plan to help preserve these species.
Yeah, recently, Georgia was one of the first states to release their guidelines to the public. Damon Jones tells you what it is and why it's so important.
Many of the food items you find in a grocery store or at farmers markets would never make it to the shelves without the help of these guys. That's right, honeybees are essential to the agricultural industry as they perform a necessary job.
They provide pollination. I think the quote is 1 in 3 bites that we as humans eat is there because of the hard work of honeybees. So yeah, they're the ones that provide all our color in our diet. You know, when we go into that grocery store and you look in that produce aisle and you see all that color, it's there because of the hard work of honeybees.
That's why there is such a concern within the agricultural community with the sharp decline in the population.
Back in 2006 is when it really signaled, when we saw a huge collapse in our managed honeybee population. Since that time, we've not seen as much of a decline, but we're still in the 35–40% annual decline of managed honeybee colonies, and that's just not acceptable. We should be well below 20%.
It's a goal the EPA is pushing for as they asked each state to create guidelines that protect these pollinating insects. And thanks to a joint effort from UGA and the Department of Agriculture, Georgia is one of the first states to release their pollinator plan. Among the many suggestions is to try and avoid using harsh chemicals if at all possible. However, if it can't be avoided, make sure to spray responsibly.
Probably one of the biggest thing that we stress is if you have to use an insecticide or a pesticide, herbicide, fungicide, or an insecticide, that you use it in the evening hours as the sun is going down, because that's when your pollinators they're out of the system, they have gone back home.
It also outlines things homeowners can do to be good stewards, such as leaving portions of their land undisturbed for nesting bees and to only put out the proper amount of insecticide.
Follow label instructions. I know it's difficult when you see something and your yard or your garden is getting, attacked by insects. Less is more.
And soon there will be visual signs that a colony is in the area, which should help prevent accidental spraying.
Farm Bureau is paying for these flags to be printed and then be distributed. And what it is the beekeeper will be able to fly this flag so that especially aerial sprayers or farmers in the area can see that there are beehives in that area.
And this is just phase 1 of the plan, as work is still ongoing to better protect these insects.
Our next goal right now is to start looking at specific commodities or specific groups like cotton, peanuts, soy, etc., and tailoring it more in that direction.
Reporting from Watkinsville, I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.